Gentlemen, let's face the reality sometimes. We fall for women who play with our emotions. It's tough, it's confusing, and honestly, it's frustrating. But it's time to flip the script. You are not going to let a woman toy with your heart any longer. You're going to outsmart her. Pay attention to these 10 methods to break free from emotional games and regain your control, your dignity, and your peace of mind. 1. Stop prioritizing her over yourself. The first mistake many men make is putting her on a pedestal. You cancel plans, rearrange your life, and drop everything for her. When you prioritize her over yourself, she realizes she's got you wrapped around her finger. This is how she toys with your heart, by knowing you'll do anything for her. Take Mark, for instance. Mark always dropped his plans with friends just because Sarah called him at the last minute. She didn't respect his time, and he thought he was being considerate. But guess what? She was just using him as a backup plan when nothing better came up. Set boundaries. Start making decisions that prioritize your goals and your schedule. When she realizes you aren't available whenever she snaps her fingers, she'll stop viewing you as a toy. 2. Don't fall for her sweet words. Compliments, flattery, sweet nothings. These can all be weapons of manipulation. She'll use these to pull you in closer, make you feel special, and then push you away when it suits her. Don't fall for it. Remember Dan? He always believed the sweet things Julia said, even when her actions never backed up her words. She'd tell him you're so special, but she'd ghost him right after. He was hooked on the compliments, even though he knew deep down they meant nothing. Judge her by her actions, not her words. If she's all talk but no follow through, she's playing with you. 3. Maintain emotional control. Women who toy with your heart know how to get you emotional. They want you to be angry, sad, or overly attached because it gives them power. When your emotions are all over the place, she's in control. Carlos always fell into emotional traps with Lisa. She'd ignore his calls, then suddenly call him crying, saying she missed him. He'd rush to her side every time, only to be hurt again. She had him on an emotional roller coaster, and he didn't even realize it. Stay cool and collected. When she tries to provoke you, keep your emotions in check. She won't know how to handle you when you don't react the way she expects. 4. Call out her games. When you notice she's playing games, call her out. A woman toying with your emotions doesn't expect you to challenge her. She expects you to keep chasing, keep begging, and keep hoping for her attention. Jacob always felt confused by Rachel. She'd blow hot and cold, texting him nonstop one day and ignoring him the next. When he finally said, "Hey, I see what you're doing. You're messing with my feelings, and I'm not about that," she was shocked. She didn't expect him to catch on so fast. Be direct. When you sense manipulation, let her know you see it. Don't tolerate games, and make sure she knows you won't stick around for them. 5. Stop chasing her approval. Chasing a woman's approval is like running on a hamster wheel. You're going nowhere. She'll keep shifting the goalposts, and you'll keep jumping through hoops trying to impress her. The more you try, the less she respects you. Ethan constantly bought gifts and tried to impress Megan, thinking it would make her care more. But the more he tried, the more distant she became. Why? Because women aren't impressed by a man who's too eager to please. Stop trying to win her approval. Focus on what makes you happy and what aligns with your values. When she sees you're not bending over backward for her, she'll realize you're not someone to be played with. 6. Cut off the attention supply. Women who toy with your emotions thrive on your attention. They'll give you just enough to keep you interested, but not enough to be fully committed. Starve her of your attention and watch how quickly she scrambles to figure out what's going on. Josh used to text Anna constantly. She'd reply occasionally, keeping him on the hook. When he stopped texting her first and limited his responses, she started blowing up his phone, wondering why he was suddenly unavailable. Control your attention. Don't be too eager to give it away. If she wants your time, she needs to earn it. 7. Stop being her backup plan. If you feel like you're always the backup option when her plans fall through, or when she's bored, it's because you've allowed yourself to be. Women who toy with your heart know you'll always be there when they need you, so they keep you hanging on, just in case. Elena always called Jake when her other plans fell apart, and Jake, like a fool, always showed up. One night he realized that he was always plan B. From that moment, he decided he would never allow himself to be a fallback option again. Make it clear that you won't accept being a second choice. If she doesn't prioritize you, don't be available to her. 8. Match her energy. A common mistake men make is over-investing in a woman who's giving minimal effort. If she's only giving you 20%, don't give her 100%. Women who toy with your heart will give just enough to keep you interested, but never enough to make you feel secure. Ben was always the one initiating plans, calling and checking in on Sophia. He gave his all, while she barely put in any effort. He finally realized he was giving more than he was receiving and pulled back. Suddenly, she started trying harder. Match her energy. If she's not putting in the effort, neither should you. 9. Learn to walk away. Sometimes, the best way to outsmart a woman who's playing with your heart is simply to walk away. She expects you to stick around and chase her. When you remove yourself from the situation, it flips the power dynamic. Haley was used to Tom always being available. One day, after getting fed up with her games, he decided to walk away without saying a word. Haley was left wondering what went wrong, but Tom had already moved on. Walking away is a power move. Don't be afraid to do it. If she's toying with your emotions, she's not worth your time. 10. Know your worth. A woman can only toy with your emotions if you allow her to. When you know your worth, you won't settle for someone who plays with your heart. A man who knows his value doesn't chase after someone who doesn't respect him. Ryan used to bend over backward for Lily, but after realizing he was worth more than being someone's emotional plaything, he decided to focus on himself. And guess what? The moment he stopped caring, Lily started paying more attention to him. Focus on your growth and self-worth. When you know what you bring to the table, no one can make you feel like you're less than. Guys, if you find yourself in a situation where a woman is playing with your heart, it's time to take back control. You don't have to settle for emotional games. Be smart, be strategic, and most importantly, know your worth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this today.